We are back answering your questions on the child tax credit with Scott Braddock from Scott Braddock Financial and J.W. DeGance, the Greensboro District Manager for Jackson Hewitt. All right, so a lot of folks were worried, hey, if I take the payments and I'm on the upper part of that income, I might owe at the end of the year. Scott, you say that there's a way to get the payments and not owe, possibly.
Well, that's right. There is a strategy where if you're near those income thresholds and you would like to make sure that you qualify for these payments, you can go ahead and look at contributing more to your 401k. That will lower your income, and you can contribute up to $19,500 to your 401k. So for those folks that aren't maxing out that 401k, this is another good reason to do just that.
And JW, you have a thought on that as well.
Absolutely. I think this is, now that we're halfway through the year, it's a great time to seek out your tax pro, your financial advisor, and just to get a tax update. See where you are in the year and then have them plan out so that you can see what changes you can make now, since we still have 6 months, so you can make changes that will positively affect, impact your return next year.
All right, and we have a simple question, how do you opt out? And the opt out is really simple. It is a portal that you just click on from the IRS. What I want to show you, though, is the deadlines for each one. So you can unenroll or opt out just one time and you're done for the entire thing, or you can choose to get a few payments and then unenroll throughout this entire process. So let's put up that timeline so that you can see the payment date. So you'll see all the payment dates on the right-hand side there from July 15th, August 13th, September 15th, and on, okay? Now we're gonna switch over to the unenrollment deadline. And so you'll see, if you don't wanna get a payment for July, you would have had to have unenrolled by June the 28th. If you don't want to get a payment for August, which is the next one, you have to unenroll by August the 2nd. And it goes all the way down the list. So there are unenrollment deadlines. Again, if you just unenroll once, it'll take you through the rest of the time. But if you want to get a few payments and then unenroll in the middle, you can do that as well. All right, so this person is asking, what happens if you're married and filed jointly and you make more than $150,000 but under that $200,000 threshold? JW?
What will happen is you will actually begin to get the phase out. What the IRS has said is that per $1,000 over the threshold, they'll lower it by $50, the total amount of the credit. And so that will be, when you reconcile your return, you will only receive the credit that remains after that phase out.
Okay, so then that must be what this is. This person says, I got a letter from the IRS stating I was only going to get $166 a month for my child. That will be 3 in August. Why is my amount reduced? And that is because of their income. Okay.
Absolutely, yes.
All right. So this next question says, what if the child is 19 but disabled and I claim them as a dependent? That is not part of this, correct, Scott?
Not that from what I have seen. If they're 19 to 24 and a full-time college student, that's the only waiver there.
Hey, Scott, this person says, if you typically overpay on your taxes, is it beneficial to opt out or opt in? What are the advantages and disadvantages?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, that might be a better question for JW on the tax side.
What do you think, JW?
I would say that it really all depends on your situation. If you receive the estimated or the advance payments now, it could increase how much you owe then later when you should file your tax return. But if you could use that money beneficially right now for the next 6 months, you may want to then do that and then just pay back when you file your taxes. It really just depends on their unique situation.
All right, Scott, this person says, when I add my baby later on this year, will the credits be back paid?
No, my understanding is that what will happen is you'll go ahead and file your taxes and you'll receive you'll receive the total credit at that time. JW, let me know if I missed that there, but I think I'm correct on that.
Yes, without full certainty of the other way, I would go with your answer, absolutely.
Right, because I think people are wondering, if I claim my child like in August, does that mean I'm going to get July's and August in August or in September? And we don't really know if that's what the IRS is going to do with that. This person says, what if I just got custody of my grandkids in January 2021?
Well, they should be covered then. I mean, if they do have custody of the child, really they just need to have had that child for 6 months of the year, and they'd be entitled to the credit if they claim them as a dependent.
Right, and so what you'll do in that instance is you'll wait for that portal to open later on this summer so that you can update it and put in that you have dependents. So it would be just almost like you had a child that year. You have to update your dependents there since you don't normally do that. All right, so this person says, Scott, my letter says we'll get $250 per month, but my child is 10 and I thought I would get $500 per month. Quickly just go over how much everyone's getting per the age of the child.
Sure. So if the child is 5 and under, then the check is going to be $350. If they are 6 to 17, the check will be $250. You know, maybe what they heard was the $500 that's available for 18-year-olds that are dependents, and then children or adult children that are 19 to 24 and are full-time students. That may be where that misunderstanding was.
Yeah, and we just had a follow-up question. Can you please repeat the money about the college students? That's what it is. It's $500 and it's for the older kids. This child payment, advanced child tax credit, is totally different. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. That was a quick 30 minutes, lots and lots of questions. If you missed any of this, we're going to put all of our segments in the website in the Who Wants to Know section.